Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Hello. And I want to work on this one a little bit while we chat today. This one is a hexie cardigan, I hope. We're going to see how it goes. I have 6 of these, which I got the Dollarama. The beautiful sparkle. Can you see that sparkle? Oh, it's so pretty. It's just subtle, but so nice. And it goes with my hair. So I'm really pumped on this one. Anyways, glad you're here today. Let's get crocheting and chatting. Putting on my glasses again, and hopefully I don't get a lot of ring light in it. If I do, I apologize, but this is my good lighting for today because it's kind of a bit of a cloudy day outside. The sun keeps popping in and out, but it is making things a bit darker. So, this is basically a hexie cardigan. I do mine a little differently. This is about my 4th one. I really enjoy them. I like the way they fit. I love the way they look. I love how it ends up coming out. Pattern wise, I was considering maybe putting some black in this, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is and just let the sparkles and the blues and the greens speak for themselves. Oh, pardon me. That is a very dry spot. Just one moment here. Matches the hair. I'm like on a whole vibe here. I am going to do my nails black this week. This is very expensive nail polish. Let's talk about this for a second. And I bought some at the Dollarama for $2 a piece. The ones for $2 have stayed on my fingers better than this stuff that goes for almost $20. What? What? How does that work? So I'm not very impressed with this particular nail polish. I put some on my daughter last week. She went swimming for a little bit and all of it came off. Like full nail came off. Unbelievable. So anyways, I will be changing up my nail polish probably tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Who knows? Probably tomorrow I'll get my house cleaning done and then do my nails. That seems like a really good idea to do it that way, so then my nails are good for the week. Anyhow, getting up to my joining point here. And yes, this one has been talking to me all week, and I haven't been able to listen. I've been too busy. So I'm just going to throw in my half double crochet here to join. See how it gives me that nice little corner there. And this I learned from Bag O' Day Crochet, and I totally love this move. 1, 2, 3. And so what most people do when they're doing a hexie cardigan, every time I've seen them written down with instructions, they tell you to turn when you get to the corners. I don't want to turn back. I'm just going to continue going around. I'm going to go around and around and around. I am absolutely a-okay with that. There we go. And we're just doing granny clusters. There's a granny stitch and a hexagon. So we need 6 corners is what it comes down to. And that determines the shape. Oh, sorry, a piece of hair. Go. Alright, sorry. I was asked about food by a small hungry child. 3. So anyways, when I do these, I don't like to go and turn my work and go back the way I came. I just continue going around and around, and I like the way it looks. I like the way it sits. I like the way my stitches look. So that's how I make a hexie cardigan. You are definitely more than welcome to do it any way you choose. If you want to follow the patterns that are out there, absolutely, but I'm just not a big fan of going backwards. I don't like the way it looked. I did not like how it felt to make it, so I just go around and around. And I feel that my cardigans come out quite nicely. They hang very nicely, they're very cushy, they're very soft. What more could you ask for in a cardigan? I'm so excited it's cardigan season again. We are selling so many nice ones at my work. Not as nice as the work I make, of course, but there are some pretty decent ones. I did pick one up, but it wasn't really a cardigan. It's more like a fall jacket type thing, and it's quite long, more of a duster. Very westerny. Lapels and everything, and a bit of a gray. It's not even in here right now, so I couldn't go get it to show you. I left it out in the other part of my home that I'm not going to right now. So maybe I will show you at some point, but it's just a nice little piece I can throw on over whatever I'm wearing when I go out in this season, because I don't really have a lot for fall jackets, just mostly my crochet stuff, which I don't have that many. I have more of light stuff, nothing that's going to help me when it gets a little bit cooler. So that is where I'm at with that, but I do have a nice new one that I just got at a bargain price, which was fantastic. Last year's model, you know what I mean? I'm not going to complain about last year's model. Totally fine with that. Here we are. I mean, I'm pretty sure this yarn is discontinued. You know what? I'm going to pause you for a moment. I'm going to actually check that, because I keep saying this and I keep talking about this yarn, and I actually have not looked into it. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. All right. I just looked into it. Completely discontinued. Some of the reviews I'm seeing on it, which were great, everybody seemed to like it, was from 2021. So this is definitely a discontinued yarn. So I'm so glad that I got 6 of them. There is no way for me to get more. I don't even think that my Dollarama is going to get the same colors. There are other colorways, and we got this one. I know another area, I'm not sure where, but somewhere in Canada, somebody got some like yellow and pink and white with the metallic, which is stunning. And I just saw a few blues I wanted from there. Wow, what a shame. This is a gorgeous yarn. I really am sad that we didn't know about this one so much. I would have definitely found this one out. Glad I grabbed it when I did, though. It caught my eye as something striking, so this is going to be a definitely unique one. So they had a few mock-ups of like really nice cardigans that look super light, vests, and a couple scarves made with this yarn. All beautiful, very fine work on them. So I'm in. I'm going to do this. I am going to make this cardigan for myself. And I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those all-weather cardigans. So say it gets a little chilly on a summer day, I could wear it then. I could wear it in the spring, the fall, the winter. I don't see why not. And I get this beautiful sparkle. Do you see that sparkle? Look at that shine. Look at that shine. I am in love with this one. So chain 2 for the corner. I know in a lot of patterns, a lot of people like to do a chain 3, but I find it's too much for this yarn. I wanted a chain 2 because we get this nice little hook here. Just a little bit. Looks really good. Beautiful. So I expect this one to take me a while, and I may have some left over. A lot of the things were saying that you could mix it with other yarns to just mix them together. I don't think I'd want to do that. I think I like it on its own. But I mean, you're supposed to mix mohair with stuff too, which I have some that I'm trying to decide who I want it to meet up with. I am leaning towards maybe a black because it is a darker blue. So there is a chance that I might do that. But I am thinking about actually knitting with a thicker needle and making a loose knit, because you can get some interesting fiber, like the pulling when people pull them. I really love that sort of spider web, like Halloween spider webby pulling. I really like that. if you've ever made the fake spider webs for Halloween, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That kind of thing with the mohair, where it just thins out and you get these interesting textures and designs that are added to your already beautiful work. So this is a maybe. I might be doing that. I don't know yet. I don't know. Ugh, but I am glad I got 6, because 6 times 8 is a number, and I can't think of it. Oh, again, my math is so bad. I am just going to open up a calculator here on my computer, and I'll figure it out that way. 6 times 800 is 4,800 meters. That is a lot of meters. So that should be enough to make a very nice long cardigan. Maybe with a hood, maybe a crossover one. I don't know yet. Because I mean, this type of yarn, if you were to continue doing the bottom, just going around and around, like, let's see, we'll fold this the right way. Nope, that's not the right way. This is the right way. So yeah, this is the top. Get that off my finger. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the top. As you can tell, it's going to be a while. Down here is the bottom, and I could definitely take another ball of yarn and just go around and around and around and around and around once I have the two sides put together. As long as I don't add any other yarn, you won't even know, is what I'm thinking is going to happen. So that is probably what I'm going to end up doing, and making myself something really long and pretty and cushy. Then I'm going to start looking at what I have in my closet to get rid of things that I'm not going to be wearing, because I have beautiful yarn work here. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to not wear what I've made? Maybe if it wasn't fit right, maybe if it was a wrong color, maybe I don't like the texture. If that was the case, I'd take it apart, make something else. I'm not of a mind to keep things together just because I made it. Mistakes happen. I've learned from every piece. So if I have to take it apart, I have to take it apart. But I'm not one to accept that, you know, you made it and you just have to keep it together. I want to take apart Chester Cheetah. The kids won't let me. Well, they can play with him, and I will work on a nicer one, because I don't like the way his legs turned out. I don't like how most of it turned out. It was a really difficult one to do, so I want to make it again with more experience that I have now. My shredder, I have a few things to do on that one, but because his body doesn't stand up the way I wanted it to, I've just kind of stopped. And I probably shouldn't, because he is a collector, he is a big deal, they're going to play with him, they're going to have fun with him. I got to get over it. I have to get over it. It's not going to always be perfect, but it will be perfectly loved. Does that make sense? Because that makes sense to me. My family loves what I make for them. And I'm very grateful that I have super sweet people around me that are this supportive about what I like to do and enjoy receiving what I make, which is another big deal, because I mean, I've heard some sad stories of people going to a lot of trouble to make something nice and then having the recipient of the gift not like it or say something rude about it. It's effort, and it takes a lot of work to do this. It's not like I just wake up, snap my fingers, and, you know, it's here on my doorstep, done. I put in a lot of thought of textures and materials and size, and my goodness. One of my other ones is I have a great big project that I want to do up, and I'm not quite sure how much yarn I'm going to need. And I'm just weighing my pros and cons of getting all the colors I need together. I think it's going to take me a little while because if I'm making a king size blanket, it's going to be huge. And there's no way around that. I think I want this specific blanket I have in mind of the specific character. It is a character one. I do like making the character ones, but I'm trying to decide. Do I want to do it as like a tapestry, or do I want to do corner to corner? I'm super leaning towards tapestry. Now that I've gotten 3/4 of the way through that pillow, the Red Dead one, 3/4, I still have a bit to go. Anyways, I've gotten through quite a bit of it, and yeah, I just have to charge my other phone, get off my butt, and finish it. I got myself all intimidated by working on the 4 legs of the horse, which means I've only got about that much left, and I'm just like stalled. My Crojo has flown out the window on that one. I'm a little freaked out. I'm trying to get my brain around it. I'm not quite sure why I'm reacting like that, but I am. So this is why I've been working so hard on all my finer ones here. I just haven't felt like working on anything like that. Don't want to follow a major pattern. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it is the fact that it's such a picky, nitpicky, I've had to pull it apart 50,000 times pattern that I just need to give myself a little grace and a little time. And that's okay. That is okay to feel like that. I don't always feel like that. But there are times where you're just like, it's just not for me today. And I have a couple stalled out projects. I will finish them when I'm ready. I just don't. I'm getting closer to being ready. I'm kind of annoyed with them sitting there. I look at them occasionally. I'm like, ugh, gotta get that done. I want to make pillows for my bed. I don't like the pillow situation in my bed so much. I don't find it very comfortable. I need to have a little more big, fluffy pillows. And that's one thing I'm definitely leaning towards. Oh my goodness, this is just, let's just look at this again. Let's just look at that one more time. Here we go. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again soon. Bye!